I'm turning the thing on.
Hold, he says hold. We're in.
Synergy is something that Fuller talked a lot about. An example that he used to explain synergy is the way the Earth and the Moon rotate around each other. If you'd only had the Earth or only had the Moon, you would not have been able to predict how these two massive objects would interact. He extrapolated that to the way groups of people function, in that if you took a bunch of individuals and analyzed their skills and capabilities, you would not be able to predict, based on their individual behaviors, how they might behave when they're organized into a group acting in concert.
All right, Synergy has a definite and very well thought out mission. What I would say Synergy's mission is to provide a happy, safe place for children where they can learn in a different number of ways. What I want my kids to do is, when they go home, is to say, guess what we did today? And that's, to me, is Synergy's mission.
The students had no problem talking a little bit about themselves and their beliefs.
How long have you known each other for?
Since kindergarten. Which is about 4 or 6 years.
4 to 6 years?
No. It's 4 years. Whatever.
I believe in, like, spirits. The tooth fairy might make, like, a big sculpture of a tooth out of the teeth. And, yeah. Things like make houses out of them or things. Or another thing, I think they just keep scrubbing them till they're, like, gleaming white.
I like to go to school because they have lots of books and I love to read.
The last thing I dissected was a squid.
Well, me and Gabriel are really into comics. And I also am into code writing.
It just, like, a whole bunch of gas formed the Earth, and eventually little microscopic one-cell things evolved into people. That's it. That's what I think.
It seems that the age of science and technology has quickly reached these young minds, but Synergy wanted to bring it back to basics, and that's where Sarah Dorrance came into play.
In Dorrance's work, she uses only previously used tile that she collects either from used recycling places where they've taken things out of old buildings, or other sources, and broken pottery. She doesn't break pieces so that she can put it in her work or go out and buy new tiles, and that's part of her concept of recycling and reusing things, because the thing that she really is concerned about is the burden that humanity is placing on the earth. And the other way in which she brings that into her pieces is when she does things like maps and parts of the globe. She's trying to get people to see how, even though they're only in this little local place, they're connected to the global ecosystem. And she's very concerned about the way global warming and other pollution issues are affecting the planet.
Sarah, a prominent mosaic artist from the San Francisco Bay Area, was commissioned to engage the children in the process of making a mosaic.
Did Sarah explain to you the construct of her project and how she was presenting it to the children?
Yes, we went round to visit her house, and it was really neat because she has a couple of smaller mosaics, and then this fabulous, fabulous mosaic of the mermaid in her bathroom. And kids of my age, it works to see something visual. That if you can I mean, they don't really know what a mosaic is, but if you can say, this is a mosaic and you will be making something like this, then they get it. So I think from that point on, they were pretty impressed. Also, the other thing is, which I think Cyrus did most of, is they do like smashing things up. So, you know, that always works.
Did the children have difficulty with the no rules rule?
Well, they all like to have rules in the beginning because they're so used to them. But that's another one of my little issues. I think we have way too many rules for other people.
What did the children think?
I was shy.
You were shy? Why
Yeah,
were you shy?
Because I never really, like, met a mosaic before, so I was very shy until later on. I was a little bit braver.
Yeah, I was a little bit shy too, but when Sarah, the downstairs teacher, she said that we could go to her house sometime, and we did. And after that, we went to a playground, and we saw this big mosaic of the map of the world.
I thought it was really cool that we got to do this. Well, first I thought it wasn't going to be that fun, but then at the end it turned out to be really fun.
What are your opinions about children engaging in art as being integral to their development as human beings?
You know, I think it actually helps them a lot, like within the context of just mathematics and science and English. Within those contexts, it's kind of confining. Art lets them be a little more broader, lets everyone, you know, just go inside to themselves, and just whatever they come up with is kind of what they feel art is. Do's and don't rules for the project. Just be respectful and enjoy your time doing it.